History is not just written in books, it lingers in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. Some stories were buried for a reason, but here we bring them back to life. Some stories are too chilling to forget. Some mysteries refuse to stay buried, and some secrets were never meant to be uncovered. Welcome to Trapped in the Unknown, where we dive deep into the darkest crimes, mysteries, and the unexplained. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Let's begin.
Germany. A small family living in isolation. Strange noises, disappearing objects, and footprints in the snow that led to the house, but never away. What happened on the fateful night of March 31st, 1922? A crime so brutal that it remains unsolved to this day. Hinterkaifeck remains one of the most terrifying and mysterious unsolved cases. The farm was abandoned and later demolished. But questions still linger. Who committed the crime? Why did they stay? And what truly happened in that lonely farmhouse on that cold March night? Over a century later, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. But what do you think? Was it an inside job? A ghostly presence? Or something even more sinister? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more chilling mysteries. Hinterkaifeck. A name that, over a century later, still sends chills down the spine. A secluded farmhouse in the Bavarian countryside. Isolated, quiet, almost forgotten. But beneath its rustic charm lurked a darkness that would soon consume an entire family.
The gruesome discovery.
April 4th, 1922. Concerned neighbors arrived at Hinterkaifeck. The farm was eerily silent. Inside the barn, they discovered a horrifying sight. The neighbors recoiled in horror. But the nightmare wasn't over. The farmhouse still held its darkest secret. Inside the house, they found two more victims. Maria Baumgartner, the new maid, lay lifeless in her bed. Her first night at Hinterkaifeck had been her last. And nearby, little Joseph, just 2 years old, was discovered in his cot, 6 lives, brutally taken. But what disturbed the villagers most was what they found next. The farm had been lived in. Someone had stayed, slept there, ate there, lived there, for days after the murders. Inside the farmhouse, an unsettling reality became clear. The livestock had been fed. The fireplace had been used. Someone had been living there. But who? And why stay in a house filled with death? Then came the footprints, leading to the house but never away.
The unexplained clues.
The evidence was chilling. The family's livestock had been fed. Smoke rose from the chimney. Mysterious footprints led to the home but never left. Days before, the previous maid quit, claiming the house was haunted. And weeks prior, the father, Andreas, told neighbors he found footprints in the snow and heard footsteps in the attic. Yet, he never reported it to the police. Imagine it. You're alone in a house, deep in the countryside. The night is silent, until you hear it. Soft footsteps above. A door creaking open when no one should be there. The Gruber family had reported hearing strange noises for weeks, yet they stayed. Was it denial? Fear? Or had the killer been inside the house long before the murders, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment? Hinterkaifeck was more than a crime scene. It was a puzzle filled with impossible details. Days after the murders, someone had fed the animals, cooked meals, and even used the beds. But one thing stood out the most. The front door was always open. Neighbors said it never locked properly. Did the killer slip in one night unnoticed? Or had they been watching, waiting until the right moment to strike? The attic, the one place in the house no one ever checked. Yet the Gruber family heard noises coming from above them for weeks. What if the killer had been hiding there, watching them, listening, moving silently in the night? Was it a stranger or someone they already knew? The more investigators searched for answers, the more questions arose. Why didn't the family leave when they felt watched? How did the killer move undetected? Why did they stay after committing the crime? And most chilling of all, what if this wasn't the first time they had been inside that house?
Theories and suspects.
Who could have committed such a gruesome crime? One theory suggests that the killer was someone the Gruber family knew well, perhaps even someone who had once worked on the farm, a former employee, angry and seeking revenge. Did they feel mistreated? Cheated? Was it a crime of passion or cold, calculated justice? But if this was an act of revenge, why stay in the house afterward? Why feed the animals, cook meals, and live among the dead? There was another rumor, one that no one wanted to believe. A dark secret hidden behind closed doors. Andreas Gruber was feared by many, but whispers suggested that his relationship with his own daughter, Victoria, was unnatural, even sinister. Some say he was controlling, cruel. But was there someone in the family who had finally had enough? Could this have been an act of liberation, one that spiraled into a massacre? Then, there is the theory that haunts those who dare to look deeper. Was this crime part of something bigger? A ritual? A sacrifice? The way the bodies were arranged? The method of the killings? The eerie calm after the storm? Some believe that Hinterkaifeck was the site of something far more sinister than a simple murder. Something unnatural. Despite multiple investigations, over 100 suspects, and decades of speculation, the truth remains hidden. No one was ever arrested. No one was ever charged. The killer simply disappeared. But did they vanish into the night? Or were they closer than anyone realized?
The legacy of fear.
Hinterkaifeck remains one of the most terrifying and mysterious unsolved cases. The farm was abandoned and later demolished. But questions still linger. Who committed the crime? Why did they stay? And what truly happened in that lonely farmhouse on that cold March night? Over a century later, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. But what do you think? Was it an inside job? A ghostly presence? Or something even more sinister? Even after the farm was abandoned, the name Hinterkaifeck carried a shadow. The townspeople avoided the ruins, whispering about the tragedy that had unfolded there. Some swore they heard cries in the wind. Others claimed to see figures standing where the farmhouse once stood. The land, once fertile, became a place of unease, and for years, no one dared to build there. The murders of Hinterkaifeck became a ghost story, passed down through generations. Parents warned their children never to wander too close to where the farm once stood. Travelers claimed to feel a chilling presence when passing by. Even decades later, when the land was finally cleared, the fear remained. Was it just the weight of an unsolved crime? Or was something still lingering in the shadows? Some believe that Hinterkaifeck was cursed. That whatever happened on that farm wasn't just a crime. It was something darker. The unexplained noises, the feeling of being watched, the previous maid quitting out of fear. Was the family haunted before their deaths? Or did something even more sinister remain after the killings, waiting for its next victim? Some believe that secrets have weight, that unsolved crimes leave behind an energy, a curse. Could that be why Hinterkaifeck still haunts us today? Maybe the truth is buried in an unmarked grave never to be found. Or maybe the truth is known, hidden by those who prefer silence. Either way, the farm is gone, but its story will never disappear.
What do you think really happened? Share your theories in the comments below. If you love uncovering history's darkest mysteries, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because the past is full of secrets. And we're just getting started.